You know something, y'all? This trailer thing changed my life. And I know a lot of you guys are getting started into trailers for a few different reasons. You know, number one, you just want some extra income. Number two, you just want a hobby, something to stay busy, or you think it'll be fun or kind of cool to have your own business or something like that. Other people, you're getting started because you want to make it a full-time thing. You want to be your own boss. And regardless of what your motivation is, I'm just here to say, do it, okay? Now let me tell you guys how trailers changed my life, all right? It's hit me in a few different phases, very similar to a lot of you guys out there that are getting started for different reasons. You know, maybe you're wanting to start off and just treat it truly as a side hustle, make some extra money to put towards your kids' college fund, or maybe you've got some, you know, you want to have build up more savings, or maybe you want to pay off your house quicker, maybe you want to buy a new truck. You know, there's so many things that, you know, so many motivations for people getting involved in a side business or a side hustle. You know, whatever your reason is, there's people that want to treat it as a side hustle for extra income, plain and simple. There's people that want to get involved with a business because they want to own their own business, right? You know, they just want to, they think it's cool. They like the novelty of it. You know, whatever they want to say, I own my own company. And there's other people that they just don't want to work for somebody else and make somebody else rich forever. And I was certainly one of those people. You know, when I looked at how much money was I making these other companies that I was working for, as much as I loved the company and made good money while I was doing it, I'm still sitting there like, man, if I could contribute 100% of my time to my own thing, you know, man, where would I be? So the first stage that I hit was I was a true side hustler, right? I mean, I wasn't taking this business serious. I was just making my money. And you know what? It allowed me to do a lot of things I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, such as renovate my home. I was able to do a lot of repairs and things that my old house needed. I was able to fix my truck when otherwise I probably wouldn't have had the money set aside for that. You know, I was able to do a lot of things. You know, go on different like vacations or trips, or help friends out when they needed help with things, whether it be because of the money that I generated from it, or because I had a trailer and they needed a trailer, or whatever it was, or because of contacts that I've made running trailers with different companies. I was able to put certain people in touch with certain people, and you know, a lot of people get helped out with different things, and just that, you know, the networking that's involved with running trailers can benefit you in a big way. So I've been able to do all those things as a side hustler, okay? And it's been great. It's been the time of my life. I wish that I would have taken the business more serious right out of the gate, but that's really my only regret with this whole thing, is I wish I would have taken the business more serious, because I'd be way further along now than I am if I had taken it serious from day one. I just treated it like a side hustle. I never intended on going full-time doing this thing. So that's one way that running trailers, you know, as a side hustler changed my life, okay? It gave me a lot of opportunities to do things and to, you know, be in a position where I wouldn't have been otherwise, most likely. So a huge difference in my life because of running this business. Between the money, the contacts, you know, the whole 9 yards. Was it always easy? No, it's not always easy, as you guys know. But hey, that comes with running a business. Now, the other way that it changed my life is when I made that transition into full-time, all right? When you switch from full-time, a lot of you guys that are full-time now, and you'll be able to tell right out of the gate that I know what I'm saying here. I mean, I'm living it. You'll be able to attest to this. And there's a lot of people that are wanting to go full-time, and maybe you're kind of on that threshold where you're like, man, I'm making money. I'm pretty sure I could do this thing, but it's scary as shit. It's so scary to be in charge of yourself, kind of. And in a weird way, it sounds awkward to say that, but this can be very scary to go full-time with your own business. And so there's those guys, and there's also the guys that are just getting started or about to get started, that have the goal right out of the gate of becoming a full-time entrepreneur running a trailer rental business or junk removal or whatever your hustle is going to be, all right? So when I made that leap from quitting my job and going full-time with, you know, my rental company and trailer hustle and all these hustles that I do regarding trailers, you know, involving trailers, it was extremely scary. Yes, very scary. But you know what? I already had the formula down. I already had the track record of making money with it. And that was before and after work, kinda, and my days off. So in my head, I'm thinking, how much more money can I make if I dedicate all of my waking hours to this thing, and I can put another 40 hours a week at it? And I was absolutely right in my thought that it was gonna do nothing but increase the business. Now it's a totally different set of struggles and a totally different set of learning, I'll say, and operating when you're full-time. Yeah, I mean, the customer interactions are the same and the marketing's basically the same and all that, but now you're managing yourself, which can be a little different because you don't have that code of conduct that an employer gives you. You don't have that guideline of how you have to operate. So now you got to figure out and manage your own schedule. You've got to make sure that you wake up at a certain time and kind of get a routine going. Otherwise, you'll start to get a little crazy on yourself, like, oh my God, my life isn't in order. And I certainly felt that way. And that was a big struggle of mine, was getting myself organized and kind of feeling like I have a purpose every day. The first few months I didn't have that because I was just hustling like crazy. Once the novelty of I'm my own boss wore off, after that initial fear and everything after the first few months wore off, then it got a little more casual. And I definitely felt like I had to, I'm trying to word this the right way, I definitely felt like I had to reel myself in, give myself daily tasks, and kind of motivate myself each day to not fall into just, what do I do today? And some of y'all might be looking at this video like, what are you talking about, dude? I am slammed. I'm busier than ever. I am too, but my problem is because I don't have a set schedule and I have to be somewhere I'm gonna be in trouble or get written up or whatever, like at a job, or at another employer, I'm constantly staying up till 4 a.m. doing stuff, working, and then I'll sleep till 12, 1 o'clock or something like that. Or my sleep schedule will just be totally destroyed and I won't be able to recover from it. Then I'm wiped. So it's just weird. It's just different. Now, I know a lot of people would have no problem operating like that. I had a problem with it. So now I have a much better schedule. I wake up pretty much the same time every day. I may not go to sleep until 3 a.m. sometimes, but no matter what, I'm going to wake up at pretty much the same time every day, and I'm going to have that routine. I have to have a little bit of a routine. Anyway, back to the point of this video. Okay, I'll stop rambling. The way this changed my life is, guys, it's 3:50 on a Wednesday, and I'm cruising around on a golf cart that my business helped me pay for. You know what I mean? I have so much freedom to do things. If I've got an event going on, or say my girl's got something she wants me to go with her, on, or say I need to help my grandmother with something, or whatever it is, or maybe there's something I want to attend and it's during the day or whatever. I have absolute freedom now to schedule things the way that I want to schedule them. And imagine that for a second. If you're getting involved in this thing and you're wanting to go full time, let this be a motivator. Picture that for just a second. Absolute freedom of your day. Now, here's another thing that you might not completely understand until you actually experience it. We all work for somebody, have worked for somebody else, or pretty much all of us have worked for somebody else, or worked in a company that, there was a process or a procedure in place, or a type of customer you always had to deal with that you hated dealing with, or a rule you had to follow, or just something that you hated about it, right? For me, it was the old man that just wanted to talk and socialize with you the entire time he's there. And it's like, I'm looking at my coworkers like, yo, save me. And the guy just won't be quiet. Nice guy, and his money spends and all that, but man, he just drains the life out of you, telling you about his brother's sister's cousin's dog or whatever. I don't know. That was the thing that I really, 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 really hated. But whatever that thing is that you deal with right now in your main job, guess what? You never have to deal with it again, ever. You're only operating within the bounds of the rules you set in place for yourself, okay? I'm very selfish with the way I run my business. I do things that make me happy. I run things in a way that keep me happy and keep me engaged. And I tell everybody that I coach and everybody I network with the exact same thing. Be selfish with the way that you run your business. But again, you don't understand how having that weight off of you when you go full-time running your own business, or just have the weight off of you of now I have more income, or the weight off of you of I don't have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning anymore every single day, or the weight of I don't have to listen to this boss that I'm better than, like I'm a better manager, I'm a better salesperson, or I'm a better this, or I'm a better that than the person that's telling me what to do. You never have to worry about that ever again, and have those daily battles with your own gut every single morning of hating your job, or hating somebody that's there, or hating a process, or hating some kind of workflow. You never have to worry about that ever again. Ever. Okay? You're operating within the bounds of what you set up. It's awesome. That has been probably I've probably said the number one thing a few times, but truly, I guess they're all pretty equal to me. That has been such a huge, probably the number one thing is All these times where I've looked at a process or a procedure or a manager or a coworker or whatever, something that I thought that I could change and turns out I couldn't, or something I wanted to change, they just wouldn't. And I'm sitting here just like, how does what I'm saying not make sense, right? All those little things go away. And I assure you, you don't understand. You could probably say, oh, I bet that would feel good. No. You don't understand how good it actually feels and how much weight is truly off of you when you no longer have to have those things going on in the back of your mind every single day. All right. So whatever your motivations are to get started and whatever your goals are, if your goal is to do it as a side hustle, if your goal is to do it full time, if, whatever the motivations, whatever the goals are, okay? I'm an example, and there's so many of us out there that are examples to tell you, do it, okay? It might suck in the beginning when you're working full time and trying to grow a business and all this kind of stuff. And, oh no, this happened and whatever. It can suck sometimes. Entrepreneurship sometimes sucks. But I'm telling you right now, light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm nowhere near successful, okay? I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm nowhere near where I know I'm going to be and where I know I can be. I'm nowhere near where my heroes are at. I'm nowhere near where my mentors are at. But I know I'm on my way to that, and I'm working every single day to do that, and you have to do the exact same thing, all right? If you continue doing that, every day do one thing that pulls you closer to your goals, all right? Whether it's watching a 5-minute video, whether it's watching a motivational video, whether it's learning how to do some process that you know your business is gonna need, whether it's learning a little bit more about this subject or that subject. Do one thing every day, and it could be a big thing. I bought my trailer today, or I formed my LLC, or whatever it is. Every day do one thing that pushes you closer to the goal of either scaling your business, growing your business, starting your business, whatever it is. Every day do one thing. The payoff is worth it. I promise you, the payoff is worth it. It's changed my life in so many ways. Now, I do want to say, if you've made it this far in the video and you've listened to me ramble, thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. The Trailer Hustle community has helped me way more than I've helped it. Yeah, I started the thing and all that, but you guys built it. You guys grew it. And I've learned so much from you guys. I've gotten so much encouragement and motivation from you guys to continue chasing my dreams and building things to help myself and help other people and help you. And I want to continue doing that. And again, I'm just extremely grateful for all you guys being in this community, interacting with the videos, interacting with the content, helping other people. It's just, I could never have asked for a better accidental lifestyle and career choice. Totally by accident. Who wakes up and says, oh, trailers? Nobody, right? Well, maybe now because people see videos and they get motivated to do it, but I didn't wake up saying, I'm gonna be the biggest, baddest trailer entrepreneur there is, I'm not, but I'm saying, no, I never woke up saying that and that being my motivation. I always just kind of chased opportunity and ideas and stuff, and it just blew up. Thank you guys so much for allowing this to blow up and letting it blow up and helping it blow up. And I can't say it enough, guys. I'm serious. Trailers changed my life, and I want it to change yours. All right? I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Trailers have changed my life, and I want it to change yours. So every day, do that one thing that gets you closer and closer to that goal. Eventually, you'll be buying golf carts or, taking vacations or remodeling your house or being able to just be your own boss and not have to listen to some dummy that's been with the company half as long as you, doesn't know what he's talking about. Whatever the example is for you, I want you to get there. Do that one thing every day. You will get there. Thanks again for listening to me, guys. Thank you again for all your support and your love. I promise I'm going to pay it forward as much as I possibly can to this community, like you guys have been paying it forward to me. So thank you. Catch you guys in the next video.